what I got. I got him at 30 in a row against New Jersey. Bergen. Yeah, so it's 30. Yeah,
1 minute, everybody.
It's a beautiful place.
1876.
Here. He's going to try to extend the play here. He's going to try to outrun the defense, and he's brought down, and the ball comes loose.
Don Bosco, is Bergen Catholic on that train, Mike? Brady's at the train station. Ramsey, New Jersey at the station. Are you kidding me? Come on inside. It's the Carney Bank. This week in the Super Football Conference podcast, look who's come to Ramsey, New Jersey. The voice of the children, Mike Quick, who once upon a time coined the Bosco Bergen game, the granddaddy of them all.
Oh, it is. I mean, there's nothing like it. And the fact that Bosco's off to their best start since 2014, undefeated. Not sure if they played the schedule that Bergen Catholic has played yet. I know we had great meetings this week with Coach Sabella. I thought he was really relaxed. I enjoyed our meetings with him. I know you met with him today. And we're talking about some players that he coached at Paramus Catholic. And you are now getting into the producing of this show because you got into Monday Night Football because there were some PC players and some Don Bosco players, and you actually brought material. That's not like you. You're getting into it because I'm off next week.
I'm bringing baggage as always, but the one thing that we love about North Jersey football is when guys move on and launch great careers, and sitting with Dan Sabella today, and Dan Sabella has been there, done that in the heavyweight division. People think, Danny Sabella came from Paramus. Don't forget he won a state title at Paramus Catholic in 2016, and he had an outstanding junior tackle for those 2 years he was there, named Christian Mahogany, who now finds himself on the Detroit Lions, who on Monday night beat Lamar Jackson, the MVP, and the Baltimore Ravens.
Great.
Fantastic game. His best game as a pro.
Troy Aikman was into him the other night.
In his second year. Mahogany is a mauler. He's a beast. And, Coach Sabella talking about Mahogany, managing his personality as a junior. What are my offers? All that kind of stuff. And then he finally commits to Boston College. And he said the next time the Boston College guys were in the building to talk about some of the other Paramus Catholic recruits, they said, by the way, your boy Mahogany, he's a pro. And they were right. But what caught my attention, Mike, and everybody's attention on Monday night was the play of the former Don Bosco Ironman, Al-Qadim Muhammad. Once upon a time, Al-Qadim Muhammad was an absolute runaway train, U.S. Army All-American, 2013 graduate. I once stood next to him in a standing broad jump. He jumped 55. Danny Morangi, the defense coordinator for Greg Toll, said he could jump over 50 inches standing still onto a block. I made him do it, and he did it. Of course, went to Miami.
If he got hurt?
Yeah, well, I mean...
We had a problem with the big guy.
Exactly.
I hope that wasn't for a Bergen game.
Yeah, so, but Muhammad, of course, goes to Miami, gets drafted in the league by the Cleveland Browns. Look, he's had his up and downs personally, professionally. He's been on a bunch of teams. The Saints drafted him. He was on the Bears. He was on the Colts. He was cut by the Cowboys. He didn't play football in 2023, and after he was cut by the Cowboys, he was back home coming into this year. Landed into camp with the Detroit Lions, Mike. Had to make the team. He made the team this past summer. He's gotten on the field, and on Monday Night Football played his best game as a pro. 3 sacks, a couple of tackles for a loss. ran down Lamar Jackson from behind. A proud day for Don Bosco football to see this for Aquadin Muhammad, and to see the head coach, Dan Campbell, in the locker room after a great game. Who did he give the game ball to? It is
41 total tackles. It can't be right. Okay, 2.5 sacks, 2 quarterback hits, and 2 TFLs. Mr. Muhammad.
You know what? I want to thank every player, every coach, everybody that's in this organization, because about a year ago, I was home. I was on the couch. So when you get an opportunity, you make sure you take advantage of it. I want to also thank the guys in my room for helping me out this week. You know, without them, I wouldn't have been able to do what I do.
Win, guys. Love you guys, man. We'll get ready for Cleveland. Break it out. Hey, great win. We'll do anything.
Yeah, it's hard to believe Dan Campbell's not from New Jersey.
No doubt. I mean, maybe the only person in coaching tougher than Dan Campbell was Greg Toll, and Muhammad's played for both of them.
Yeah. And listen,
only you, on an incredible stop with no time left, could somehow pigeonhole Paramus Catholic before Old Tappan. Like, why do you do this?
Listen, you know, he was brought up today by the old ball coach.
Yeah, but we couldn't have waited. Like, isn't that unfair to Old Tappan?
You know, listen, you're going to watch these Old Tappan highlights in the game against Ramapo, and you're going to see Grusser, and you're going to see, you know, of course, Shane Smart and Maselli. But, you know, sometimes, and you're going to get to it in the highlights, it's a little play that's the biggest play of them all. And Devin Redoin, number 2 for Old Tappan, made the biggest play of the night, and you're going to see it, and it closes out the game.
With help from Leo Etter. You know, one of the things back in the day we used to love to do at MSG Network and MSG Varsity is
go out for
coaches.
lunch?
Yeah. We loved to mic coaches. The coaches were great to us, and we had so much fun through the years micing coaches. You know, Mike Miello, Drew Gibbs from Ramapo, Chris Olson, you know, Wayne Democrat from Wayne.
Rich Hansen, coaching the Catholic school.
Well, I'm just trying to talk
breaking
about
the huddle
this.
with Welcome to Hell.
See, again, you go back to the Catholic schools. I'm trying to make this about our friends in the public school. So Nick Gattuso is the second-year head coach of the Green Raiders up there in Franklin Lakes.
Yeah.
They started last year 0-3.
Yeah.
Here's a first-year coach replacing DeFazio. By the way, is he still talking during the games? Has anybody told DeFazio you don't talk during the plays yet? So they start 0-3. He keeps that team together. They go on an 8-0 run. They start the year 2-0. They have this unbelievable game the other night with Old Tappan. So this is just a little bit of some stuff that Nick Coppola put together for us before the game. Hit it, Ben.
Hey, way to go! Way to go! Nice drive!
Yeah, so Mikey's going to take this. You got to just keep coming, all right?
It was Lou? Was it Lou? It was Ron. Yeah, baby! Let's go! Great job! Great response! Hey, that's a hell of a play, 1-4!
All right. Come on back, Ben. Come on back, Ben. There you go. So
he's like an actor playing a football coach. He's like right out of Central Casting.
Well,
right?
if he had blue on, who would he look like? Brian Dable.
Yeah. Hey, you're right.
He looks like a green Brian Dable.
That's a great one.
He really does. So last week, you know me, I'm going to make some predictions.
Yes.
You never make any predictions.
No.
But you will goat me at times.
Well,
so let's take a look back to last week, Ramapo, Old Tappan.
Right, feet into the fire. Talk about a marquee game for this weekend, Mike. Ramapo on the road in Old Tappan. It'll be right here on the Super Football Conference Network. I mean, something's got to give in this game, Mike. Something's got to give. 2 well-established programs, 2 championship programs.
Who do you like, Tim?
I can't say.
Why can't you say?
Because I don't want to. I can't isolate myself. You're the guy. You're the polarizing figure picking teams, not me. I am Switzerland.
I like
I walk
Ramapo,
into places and everybody's glad to see me.
Ramapo by 2 touchdowns. Screwed that one up. Wow. Come on back, man.
Yeah, listen, it's the only time they'll meet. This is one of those, matchups between Group 4 school and Group 3 school. And listen, I would say that's a tough pick to make for you, but the 2 touchdowns, I mean, that was up.
Do you remember back in 1997 or 98, Ramapo, goes to JFK Field in Hoboken. The Red Raiders and Steady Eddie Stinson have that 38-game win streak going.
Rashad Casey.
And I'm on your show in Oakland, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And, of course, you don't make the pick, but you asked me to make the pick.
Yes.
And I look into the camera, and I said that
it's over.
Hoboken will lose to Ramapo by at least 2 touchdowns. They put it on a loop at Kennedy Stadium. Stinson found the clip, put it on a loop. They played it 38 times during practice, my voice. Mid-second quarter, Stinson's here, I'm here, scoreboard's here. He looks down, visitors 14, Red Wings nothing, and he sees me in the foreground of the shot, and he goes, "That's." They come back, they don't win. They made it a little closer.
Overtime, right? Tyrell Dortch.
Chris Sims did not play great that game. Greg Toll did. Greg Toll was terrific. So what is this new segment you have? You thinking about things? What do you do now? You think about things?
I mean, listen, it's just, sometimes when you sit around for 6 days leading up to this
so
podcast.
You do nothing for 6 days leading up to this?
I am the athletic director of Paramus Catholic. I have to do something.
Well, you haven't worked on the defense.
No.
Well, they got better last week.
I was going to say, we're coming off our best defensive effort of the season. I'm thinking about something. I've been thinking about something.
Building graphics, too.
Yeah. First thing I'm thinking about is, uniforms are a numbers game. Uniforms are a numbers game. And when I say that, I mean, when you buy uniforms, the most important thing is not the snazzy look, how they look from 5 feet away. It's how they look from the stands.
No doubt.
Okay? How the grandparents, the parents, the neighborhood people, your friends in the stands can identify you. Not who's got the ball, who caught the ball, who made the block, because when you have white base and a yellow number, when you have light
who are you upset with?
I'm upset with a lot of teams.
Well,
I'm upset with St. Joe's. Their uniforms don't look great. St. Peter's Prep. Listen, it's a very basic formula. You have to have contrast. You have to have a light base and a dark number. Light base, dark number, or you have to have a dark base and a light number.
Turn that camera to the crowd. Turn that camera to the crowd. Cantilli, do you guys have good uniforms at Wayne Hills?
Yeah, we got great uniforms.
Yes.
You do, right? Very easy for you?
Contrast. Do you have contrast? That's what you need. Yes, you need contrast. So you cannot. Look at these guys.
There you go. How about this guy's name, Brandon Stone?
Yeah,
that sounds like an announcer.
Yes.
So you have good numbers at Wayne Hills.
Yeah, but listen,
St. Joe's awful. I called Augie on Saturday morning. I said, "Buddy, I love you. Change the uniform."
I get it, because when you look at it up close, they look beautiful. These beautiful, snazzy, and whether it's Nike, Adidas, whatever. But my point is, listen, people say, Jimmy, it's self-serving. You're only thinking about yourself because you're up there trying to call the game. No, I'm thinking about everybody that's looking for you on that team sitting in the stands, not knowing it's you. It shouldn't be that difficult. That was the first thing I was thinking.
What else is bothering? Are these things that bother you?
I feel
or
like
you're just thinking about it.
I'm just thinking about it. I think we're trying to spice it up here on the Super Football Conference Network podcast. And I thought from time to time, I call you a polarizing figure. Well, I thought maybe we could add the king of the polar bears for polarizing figures. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice if we added number 2? I'm talking about a stern warning. And when I say a stern warning, I'm thinking about, wouldn't it be nice for the Rob Stern to come out here and sit with us once in a while? Because Rob Stern, the great once upon a time head coach, and he was a Catholic, the outstanding offensive coordinator for Augie Hoffman at St. Joe's when they won the title in 2018, and Rob Stern. It's like, listen, it's guys like you and Stern, when people like to listen to you, but they like to hate on you, they like to love on you, but that's most importantly, they like to listen to you.
Stern has been watching the games. If he's watching the podcast right now, Stern called
myself. Well, that was a bit. That's how this came about. You told me Stern said this, Stern said that. I said, why don't you bring him in so he can say these things,
Stern's good.
Bobby,
you know what I love?
Guy makes a great, by the way, an incredible broccoli rabe and sausage. Once upon a time, I went to St. Joe's coaches meeting, and Stern brought in a tray of broccoli rabe and sausage.
He made it?
Dude, listen, Stern can cook.
Really?
Stern can cook, right.
You know who's cooking? That Wayne Hills High School TV department.
Yeah.
Boy, Hoogie over there getting it done.
Yeah,
brought some of his guys here tonight. We just showed him.
Yeah.
We showed him.
Listen, those guys are delivering to Wayne, New Jersey. And their team is cooperating. You know, as you know, when you do television, there's nothing better than a hot ball club. It makes the week leading up that much more fun. It makes the pre-production. It makes your ideas for what you're going to do in the next broadcast. Jimmy Hoogstrate's been doing this for 3 decades. He knows exactly what he's doing. There's the boys right there. Look, they look like a rock band, right? I mean, look at these guys. I like these guys, right?
There he is.
And there's Hoogie right there, right? You know, by the way, boys, Hoogie's got the tab, so just keep it going on those double burgers and all that stuff.
We'll have them on in a little bit in the second segment. But one of the things that Jimmy sent over to me last week, he's been sending over the calls that the guys are making. And he goes, we're just doing this little thing. Maybe you'd like to have it in the show. So I look at it, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is so good. So in the NFL where they say, Jim Cavallo, Villanova University, at Wayne Hills, there's 9 elementary schools in Wayne, New Jersey. So these kids announce where they went to elementary school.
Fantastic.
Flat out spectacular.
Now, let's take a look at defensive starters for Wayne Hills.
Troy Demikoff, School 16 Clifton.
Colin Murray, James Fallon Elementary.
Sean George, APT Elementary.
Silly Vasilopoulos, APT.
Luke Bacchioni, Tunistai Elementary.
Mono Fall, Tunistai Elementary.
Anthony Perez, Tunistai Elementary.
Evan Tybel, Tunistai Elementary.
David Van Hook, Tunistai Elementary.
Bryn Veray, Clifton Elementary, School 8.
Evan Rappaport, Tunistai Elementary.
Anthony Cuccinello, Tunistai Elementary.
They should send that, Jimmy. You should send that to NBC Sports and have that is classic. That is unbelievable.
It has the same feel.
That's great.
As the Sunday Night Football one. I mean, it's like
I just thought of a question I'm going to ask the boys when they come up there.
Friday night.
Write it down.
First Caldwell, and then the big one, October 3rd. You boys get ready for Wayne Valley? Battle of Wayne. Woo-wee.
Okay.
Take the show on the road. By the way, do you guys take the show on the road? Hoogie, you go on the road? Oh, yeah. Oh, they'll be in Wayne, right.
Got
yeah.
that van
they make you park on the other side of town, but you go to Wayne Valley.
We've made them wait. It's called Good TV. So you saw the play at the beginning of the show. Once again, another instant classic between Ramapo and Old Tappan. Last year, Old Tappan beats them on way to the state Group 3 championship, 27-23. This one just as good, and I loved reading articles about the game. When Coach Dunn said as soon as Grusser turned the corner, I thought the game was over. Yeah. It was a fun game. It usually is. So here we go, Vin.
Came the pocket rocket. We're going.
Yeah. So second quarter, Ramapo up 7-0. Not for long. 4th and 9. Zach Maselli to Shane Small. Tied it at 7. The start of a huge night for those two. Ramapo now takes a 14-7 lead at the break. Liam Haywood, 3 yards.
Yeah, what you notice here, Mike, is Old Penn never had to game this game. But Shane Small is 6'4", 215 pounds. He's got big hands, and they go to him. But you know when you have Grusser, you got a quarterback who's got not good feet, not great feet, electric feet at the quarterback position.
I think there's about 9 Grusser boys. I think Casey's the youngest, 56 yards, 21-13 Ramapo. Back comes guess who? Maselli to Small.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just draw it up, you just go basic and you do what you got to do. But look at the score here, Mike. Ramapo gets the field goal here, maintaining the lead throughout the night.
1:58 left.
Look at the feet.
It's unreal.
Watch this one here. Woo! Maselli. Wow. Right back to Smart. I mean, just a beautiful looking play. But if there's time, and you have Ramapo, you got Pete Level, you got Grusser, you're in business.
They start at their own 10 with 1:48 left. No problem for Grusser. They're going to come right down the field. Over there at Old Tappan, he does it with his legs. He does it with his arm. He just dinks and dunks, gets him down there to set up the final play of the game. We showed it off the top. Here's Grusser. He's going to go left. Time is gone now, right? Here he comes around the corner. He gets hit. And then Leo Eder will come in and finish it up. Your boy, too, you talked about him earlier.
Yeah.
Eder gets the final takedown. 28-24, an unbelievable win, a great night of high school football. Just wish the crowd was a little bigger. Less than 2,000 people there. That's a high-level football game. There should be more people than that.
Yeah, Eder gets him to the ground, which is a great job. But when Grusser had that head of steam, Mike, and this is what Dunn was talking about, when Grusser had that head of steam heading to the 5-yard line, it's Redoin, the 3-year starter, on his horse, As Coach Dunn told me, one of those football things where I was like, okay, we teach him to attack the outside hip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just listen, you talk about a dramatic conclusion to a football game and a great night, and it's the 4th straight season that Old Tappan has done that.
Zach Maselli, 18 of 27, 263 and 4, ran it 13 times for 74 yards.
Yeah, Maselli.
And he and Small right now, I mean, can you say there's a better combination in northern New Jersey?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Small's a guy that Old Japan people know from his brother, Jack, who's now a big offensive tackle at Duke University. The Smalls know what they're doing. He's got a little different body type, a little different athleticism. But, he'll be a college, a Division I player somewhere, tight end, H-back, slot, so athletic. And Maselli, they started him last year as a sophomore over the senior, Mike. They knew what they had in him, great feet, lifelong quarterback, just that field awareness. And that reverse pivot looked a little Andrew Brito-like to me. You know what I mean? Where he's kind of rolling left,
another
spins it around. But I mean, Mike, listen, I tell you all the time, I do not think you can win a champion, or it's very difficult to win a championship in high school football if you don't have a quarterback that can make plays with their feet. When I say plays, move the chains, buy more time in the pocket, and that play was just spectacular. I mean, he's rolling left, spins it around, the redirection by Shane Smart. It looked like Montana to Clark to me.
It was pretty wild. You mentioned before, and one of the things that's bothering you is the numbers. And it bothers you, but it cost me on the first play of the game. Before the game the other night, we had watched Lamar Best the week before against Cardinal Hayes, and we could tell he was not running right. He was throwing it fine. I talked to Gary Nova, the longtime, our longtime friend, Bosco Rutgers, been coaching all over in the football conference.
Now the St. Joe's OC.
Yeah. So I talked to him before the game. I'm like, so you're going to kind of limit Best, what he does? He goes, yeah, we are. First play of the game. Here goes Best. Or so I thought. Vin, this is Nate Bailey, because I couldn't tell the difference between a 3 and a 7. And I said on the air, Lamar Best looks really healthy. He looks really good. No hamstring issue there. That was not Lamar Best. That was Nate Bailey. And when you watch the replay, you're going to see the ankle get rolled up on. He took himself out of the game. He never came back in. My guess is there's not a chance he's going to be playing against St. Peter's at Caven Point at Saturday, 1 o'clock on the network.
Yeah, they came out first play of the game. It was Bailey and Wildcat, and just a downer. Even if you're a Paramus Catholic guy, you want to compete against him. You have something to prove. It's early in the season, and Bailey, that was the only play he played in the entire night. So now it's one of those sort of ankle situations. Hopefully, it's not one of those high sprains.
It's definitely not a high ankle sprain.
Well, that's good.
I do know that.
It's
not
amazing
a high
the recovery
sprain.
power these kids have compared to you and I.
Yeah, right. I will say this, Jim. The week before you give up 58, Paramus Catholic does to Iona Prep. Yeah. And I'm like, oh boy, here comes St. Joe's. If Iona put 58, what are they going to do? I thought your defense, based on where your specialty teams gave them the ball all night, I thought your defense was terrific. I really thought they played that game easily with average defense. Could have been 42-7.
Yeah, that was a smash mouth kind of football game. It was a field position football game. And listen, Paramus Catholic gave St. Joe's some short fields to work with. St. Joe's took advantage of it. I thought Darion Johnson, number 6,
terrific
in your PC program, was old school nasty.
Told his mom that after the game.
Listen, Mike. Early in the season for anybody, it's about building and creating an identity. And on a Friday night in Paramus, New Jersey, in front of a spectacular crowd, wonderfully festive evening, I think Paramus Catholic proved something when you're looking ahead to the Boscos and the Bergens and the non-public 3 playoffs, is that they can get into a physical battle and hold up. Okay, and they certainly held up on Friday night.
Hit it, Vin. All right, here we go. Scoreless first quarter. Second week in a row, Paramus Catholic doesn't give up a point in the first quarter. Lamar Best, who would get hurt later in the game. Perfect pattern by Stolen Nolden. 7-0 Joes. After a short PC punt, it was a problem all night. Joes goes back to work. Best to Nolden. First down. And then this is old school St. Joe's. Richie Rigoloso. 5'9", 205. Just getting in there behind that offensive line. There's a big gain, 15 yards.
There's literally a train driving by us at Ramsey. He's just battling his way into the end zone.
That's a train right there. Get out of my way. I don't want anything to do with you Paramus Catholic guys. Third quarter, Riggs does it again. It was actually fun to watch in this day and age of Catholic school football. Hold on. Where kids leave. He stayed for 4 years, and I talked about that during the game. Mason Grice, best backup quarterback in the state of New Jersey, to his big old tight end, Wake Forest bound Brady Schuss.
Yeah, Schuss also was so valuable with his punting on this night. The defense, though, for St. Joe's, there's Chu on the little out pass. Paramus Catholic would score in their final possession of the game to make it a 20-7 game. But, Mike, the one thing in looking at St. Joe's that we knew kind of coming out of Cardinal Hayes is how they're going to be from a depth standpoint from the skill positions. Now Nate Bailey not in there. We'll see if Best is in there. But, listen, Richie proved something there. He proved that they can make plays out of the backfield, that they do have capable guys. And this is the essence of non-public football. You're going to get guys injured. It's the reality of the situation.
Speaking of Richie, is Richie Favato Sr. here? Is he here? Is Favato Sr. here? There he is. Phil, put a camera on this guy. Over here to your left. Here you go. Look at this guy. Looks like a movie star. All right, so Richie Favato reached out to us via, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and he just said so many nice things about his grandson, Justice, who's just playing great football for Ramsey this year. Hey, put it back on him, Phil. Phil, get on him. Phil, wake up, Phil. Camera's out?
Camera's out.
Oh, my God. Oh, look at Richie over there, right? Chilling out there. So now, can you see the monitor, Rich? Can you see the monitor? All right. Hey, Vin, put up some pictures for Big Rich. There he is. Look at this guy. There you go. Look at this guy. Put up some pictures so he can see. He wanted to talk about some of his grandson's guys. Yeah, Ramsey, Vin. Come on. Here we go.
There they are.
So that's Big Max. That's Alex. Luke Langella. Number 55, Mason Gonzalez. That 44, Trevor Brookin. Look at all these guys.
These are the Rams.
The Goodwin. I love this. He's a grandfather. He's so proud of his grandson. But he wants to make sure all the other guys that work so hard get an opportunity to get in there. Rich, do we have a microphone, Mike, that we can get to him? No, can't get it? Rich, I'll tell you what. In this day and age where everybody's about their own, that's why I asked you to come here tonight, because you were about everybody else's. And you were about the other quarterbacks in the Super Football Conference. Like, this guy should do stats for us, breaking down all the quarterbacks, comparisons. I mean, his grandson. Did you play ball?
100 years ago.
Where'd you go?
I went to Asperkite at the University of Delaware.
Oh, an aviator and a blue hen.
So did you play with Greg Toll?
He was a couple of years younger than me.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. You played for Tubby Raymond?
Yeah, the wing team.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Well, let's make you more proud. Let's show you some highlights of your grandson. Here we go, Vin. Put him up there.
Yeah, this is Ramsey on the road in Compton Plains, Mike. Take out the flag.
42-14 because Justice was having another one of his nights, a 12-yard touchdown, then 31 yards to Joey Korczak, and for the game, 17-24, 237, 2 touchdowns. 11 carries, 100 yards, and 4 touchdowns for the season in 4 games. 1,200 yards and 18 touchdowns.
Rich, is it 4 sacks or 4? How do we pronounce those?
Yeah, you pronounced it correctly. I guess the point I wanted to make was that quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs get all the glory.
Yeah.
And, that's the fun stuff. But the guys who up front, they're the ones that make it all happen.
Yeah.
And
it's like we're in MSG. Mike picked up the credit, and I was doing a lot of work. I'm just kidding. I love one thing I love about this game, though, boys, is like Ramsey's on the road, and you look at the score, 42-14. It was 0-0 after the first quarter, and then Ramsey put up 29 in the second quarter. I mean,
they came alive.
Yeah, I'd say they came alive. Thursday, they're home from Pascack Fields.
Oh, Pascack Fields, right? Different. Okay, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate it. Best of luck to your grandson. Thank you for coming in.
Linemen make it happen.
Absolutely. Were you a lineman?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you got in great shape then.
Yeah. I'm sure he walked here tonight.
You come back anytime. You come back anytime. It's great to have you, Rich, and congratulations to your grandson. So I forget how he reached out to us. I think it was a text, whatever. Some people are talking to us now on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know what it is. Here's some of the things they talk about. So let's start here in the middle. Take away the Big Six, the short conference might be having the SFC. You were
talking about the best sophomore. Look at the bottom right here. Leonte Carew, the great one, out of Don Bosco. Damn, I miss SFC varsities, but the best sophomore ever was Tony Jones, who went from Bosco. Look at the left. Josh.
Yeah.
Appreciate Uncle Mike for a great take.
That's a good golfer.
Vaughn could be Rashawn Gary-like, but Jabril Peppers will never, ever be duplicated. Josh Zott is not a good golfer. He came out of Morristown High School and, of course, went to Colgate University playing football. Did a great job. Go Gate, go Josh Zott.
Keep those up there. So, Zott, let me tell you something. Jackson Vaughn is going to be... Rashawn Gary in high school was not that good. I know he was the National Player of the Year. He did not, other than Bergen Catholic, he did not perform great in games. Jackson Vaughn, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you want to see high-level football, watch 0 this week on Bergen Catholic against Don Bosco. He will be shot out of a cannon. What else? See, this is why you need Jabril Peppers, best freshman to ever play
listen,
the high school scene.
How often does a freshman get an opportunity? Peppers as a freshman.
I do like this one. No public should ever play a private again. That's because of what Bergen Catholic did
by the way,
Winslow.
So one just lightning quick Jabril Peppers story. We were doing the game Bergen at Bosco. I was doing the game with Amani Toomer, who was just breaking in as announcer. We were doing the game on the scissor lift because you said, let's get the vantage point of the great section of fans at Don Bosco with the cameras looking at that.
That's what we're doing this week.
Yeah.
Sam and...
So you remember that sophomore year when Peppers, about at the 50-yard line, got through the point of attack, hit that second level, and just... blasting into the end zone. The Toomer is punching me as he's going. I mean, just like I'm like making the call, and he's like punching me just because he was so impressed. Like he was like, man, and you know, Toomer played at De La Salle.
Did you get in a fight with Toomer? What happened?
No.
And Toomer. With Rob Johnson.
Yeah, the Johnson.
You got in a fight with the Johnson family, right?
Yeah, listen, the common denominator in all those years that Don Bosco was playing those out-of-state teams, whether it was Mission Viejo, coming in, St. Edwards, is we would meet the coaching staffs at these hotels because they were all, on a Wednesday before the game. And, it was hard not to be over-complimentary of Don Bosco. They were playing everybody around the country. They were winning all the games. And coaches would say, hey, first, the Johnson guys, the coach said, he said to me, he goes, hey, man, we're just here to have a great time, try to compete. They're a prep school. They got 50-year kids. And, and I said, Coach, listen, they're not a prep school. No, he goes, bro, and then the son was like, bro, it's a prep school. It's Don Bosco Prep. They got 50-year kids. And I'm like, hey, listen, I'm just going to tell you, this is New Jersey. You can only play 4 years of high school. There's no chance they have 50-year kids. And it's like, and then Coach Johnson said to Toomer, he's like, hey, man, we don't duck any competition. You played at De La Salle. You guys picked and chose and picked who you.
And Toomer got heated, didn't he?
Toomer was like, hey, Coach, hey, wait a second, man. We played everybody. What are you talking about? I haven't gotten any notes for the game yet, right? I have a blank piece of paper, okay, for their team. And I'm like, hold on a second, guys. I got to get some information here. It was like the meeting just, it was cut short. It was, it was like St. Edwards coach, the same thing. He at the end of our meeting, St. Edwards playing Bosco at Fordham. He says to me, "What do you think the secret is of success for Bosco?" I said, "Listen, they own the final 8 minutes. Nobody's tougher in the final 8 minutes than Don Bosco. They win the final 8 minutes. That's when the money changes hands in football. They win." And he goes, "Are you questioning our toughness?" I said, "No, I'm not questioning your toughness. You just asked me." He goes, "Yeah, I think you're kind of questioning our toughness a little bit, bro." And I was like, he goes, "You know what? Let's go. We're done. The meeting's over." I go, "Oh my gosh, this is like, I was like fighting."
So tell him what happened after the game.
And after the game, the Fordham game, Bosco, Strezak and the boys ran over St. Edwards.
Leonte Carew was unbelievable on special teams.
And we're doing like a live shot in MSU varsity. I'm standing in the corner of the end zone. They're like, "Hey, 2 minutes to you." And I see the coach and his staff kind of walking off to their bus. And then I see him. He's coming over to us. And I go, "Oh my gosh, this guy's going to come over and start fighting with me again about this toughness." And he's like, "Hey, are you on right now?" I go, "We're just about to go on." He leans in. He goes, "Hey, you were right. That's toughness we really haven't seen. Nice job." And I was like, "Hey, Coach, thanks for coming by."
There you go.
Yeah, good old days.
All right, Vin, give us a crowd shot. Get us out of here. We'll take a commercial break. Come back more this week in the Super Football Conference. We'll bring the Wayne Hills guys out a little bit.
Let's go, Patriots.
Prosperity is achieved one step at a time, with each success building on the last, transforming your money into something extraordinary. Whatever your goals, the team at Kearney Bank can help them take shape with products and services that help you master your money. Your first car, college tuition, a new home, even retirement. Let's make your dreams a reality together at Kearney Bank. See how today at KearneyBank.com.
Sport performance is a team effort. As former athletes and now psychotherapists, we want to help athletes train their minds with the same commitment that they train their bodies.
Through team workshops or one-on-one sessions, we will help athletes and teams develop skills like confidence, focus, and visualization.
We will help them learn to bounce back from mistakes,
manage nerves, and think clearly under pressure.
At the Lucan Center Sports Performance Program, we help support athletes and their support systems work at their best.
Book an appointment today to see how you can train your mind and elevate your game.
When the game is on the line, you need a team who knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving, stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Sneeze going to keep it. Here you go.
Sneeze got it. He's going to let it go. And what a diving play for the interception.
Akey Griffin, Pope John. I'll give Pope John a lot of credit. They were outclassed against Bergen Catholic on Saturday. Second week in a row, Bergen plays running time. They never gave up. And Jimmy, I called you on the way home. I said, I know they lost 35-0, but this kid, this sophomore quarterback, Vic Fiore, I mean, he was running for his life. He was cool as a cucumber.
Sounds like a guy from Staten Island.
Well, he came up through the Staten Island. Yeah, family was in Staten Island. He's a sophomore. He can't weigh 150 pounds. He never backed down. His toughness was immense. And he threw the ball great. He had one bad throw in the game. Jordan Thomas, one of the best corners in America. Other than that, they were great. I said on the show last week, I thought maybe that Del Barton could give Seton Hall Prep a game, St. Peter's Prep a game. I thought it was kind of that crossroads game. Which team is going to go where, right? So right now for Del Barton and Brian Bowers, it's crucial they win their next two. They have Pope John, they have Seton Hall Prep this weekend, then Pope John. You and I think, will be on that Pope John game in 2 weeks. They have to win. For St. Peter's, 2 years of absolute heartbreak and disappointment. You can change it all Saturday at 1 o'clock in Jersey City against St. Joe's.
I mean, they're 4-0 right now, St. Peter's.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go crazy.
All right, but that's still their win total from last year.
Correct.
Mike. And they won one game the year before. And the thing you got to remember about this game right here, this is St. Peter's going on the road. Okay, at Del Barton.
Correct.
Okay,
great
win. This is a game, when you see the final score, you're going to be like, all right, they rolled them. This game was scoreless after 20 minutes. Okay, so it's like St. Peter's proved something, and they, in some little way, I mean, listen, the Marauders need no introduction. They're a championship program, but in some way, they sort of announced their arrival, I thought, in 2025 in this game.
I thought they announced their arrival the first game of the season, Labor Day weekend against Paramus Catholic. I really did that. When they had the 4 stops.
We didn't know who was who. I mean, you're right.
We knew
Looking
that.
Back now, that was a very good win.
We knew St. Peter's Prep offensively was going to be very good. I'm not going to go crazy what they did defensively against Union City and Shabazz. I can't go crazy about that. I don't love what they did on Saturday. I like what they did. It's a young Del Barton team. Vin, hit it. Okay, second quarter, 0-0, not for long. Tyre Clark, overthrown ball by Del Barton, sophomore quarterback, 66 yards later, it's 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, this is what St. Peter's did. This game was scoreless with 3 minutes left in the half. If you're Del Barton, you're like, we're about to get to the half at 0-0 in the blink of an eye. Not only are you down 7-0, it was about to get worse.
We love this guy, quarterback Tyler Bell. He's a runner, but I think he's a quarterback first guy. Great job by the offensive line. Steps up, 63-yard pitch to Hunter Watson, 14-0. Watson 2 catches. Here's his second one. This one from 10 yards farther, 21-0 Marauder.
Yeah, Bell's got 13 touchdown passes, 3 rushing TDs.
I didn't like that. Get in the end zone.
Most
Get in the end zone.
importantly, he's thrown no picks. And Clark and the boys
Abdul Turay, 7 yards. And I love this guy, the captain, Tyler Barksdale. He gets in 42-7. So a good prep job for the one coming up this weekend. Bell, 10 for 156. And those 2 touchdowns to Watson. Watson, get in the end zone. Get in the end zone. Bergen Catholic, Pope John, we said it, second week in a row, running time. They get ready for Friday, the 82nd meeting between Don Bosco. Now watching Trey Tagliaferri, the quarterback, and I sound redundant, it doesn't matter. The more I watch him, the more I am 100% convinced he will be the most recruited quarterback and the best quarterback. Laviano, Germano, what's his name? Oh, my God. Big, tall kid went to – why am I drawing a blank? All right, all those guys. Doesn't matter. He's going to be recruited, and he'll be better than every single – he's special. He was
the freshman quarterback a year ago. You want to talk about a rise to prominence in a short period of time? He was, as was Shane on Don Bosco. This Friday night, Mike, this will feature 2 starting quarterbacks for 2 of the most illustrious programs in New Jersey, who were both the freshman quarterbacks. That's almost refreshing in and of itself.
We talk about all those runway models on Bergen Catholic, all the guys, national recruits, the whole thing. I love their linebackers. I really do. I was talking to Tony DeBellis before the game. He goes, Mike, I know that he goes, I want you to watch our linebackers.
And he knows.
And Tony's right. He's the DC there, does a wonderful
30
job.
30 plus years.
You win championships with linebackers like they have. They're not the all Division I sexy recruits. They're players. They're thumpers. They're hitters. They drive through guys. I love the linebackers on Bergen.
Tony DeBellis was there with Fred. He was there with Nuns.
Yep.
He's there with Vito.
Yeah.
30 plus years.
Here we go. I want you to see the first throw in this game. Hit it, Ben. But this isn't Tags. He started the game. Then they brought in the freshman, Walker Snake. Doesn't look like a freshman.
Oh, man. Number 17, too. Just big, strong kid. This kid was playing Pop Warner football a year ago. There's Dante Kane. Get the whole Dante. And then
down to West Point.
The bus or the boost. But Austin Busso just makes plays every week now, Mike.
Well, the play there was the throw. The quarterback threw in the spot. He ran through it with that 4.47 speed. And Najee Calhoun.
Stay on your feet. Watch. Young back. Stay on your feet.
Well, he got that because of that big old offensive line. And watch this throw by Tags to Porter from the close hash to the wide hash. 35-0 as they tune up. Tags for the game, 19 of 13, 182-2 for the season. The sophomore, 9 touchdowns.
Porter,
no interceptions.
Porter, by the way, seems like every week he puts one of those big plays on the board. Don't forget the state championship last year, Bosco Bergen. That game was tied at 7 at the half. It was a tight game late into the third quarter. It was Porter who closed it out in the fourth quarter.
Week 1, Pascack Valley takes on Union City. And Adam Shaw has a game where it's like, wow, we're going to be talking about this kid all year, Vin. And then we find out in the T-Net game 2 weeks ago, fibula fracture, the Michigan State bounder is done for the year. It's just awful because we were so excited what the Pascack Valley senior was going to do this year. 6'3", 210. That game he had against Union City, I know he's going to miss the rest of the season. It will be one of the best games that any player in the Super Football Conference puts on tape this year. Get him healthy, and then he can go tear it up in the Big Ten.
He made a wonderful statement, Mike, too, in announcing that his season was over. He said playing for Pascack Valley has meant everything to me. I chose to stay home to play for my community, where my brother played, where my friends play, where the guys I grew up with play. That's why I stayed home to play for PV. What a statement.
I'll tell you what, look at that body when he puts weight on. Watch out.
Matt Lavecchio is who you were thinking of.
Didn't I say him first?
Oh, did you say him first?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Tanner McAvoy? Who are you talking about?
Tanner McAvoy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I'm just saying a bunch of things. So obviously, Pascack Valley, over the weekend, they played Northern Highlands. And you know me, I like to look at these things and say, what? Wow. Right, Vin? And this is it. Give me some music, guys. So Northern Valley is on again. Pascack Valley didn't have a chance. Without Without Shaw, they had no chance. 400 in total yards of offense, Northern Highlands. The other team just 2. Here's how they did it again. First quarter, hit it, Vin. Chase Calarco, they're down 7-6. Not for long. CC continues his terrific year, 23 yards.
Yeah, they're 4-0 now, Mike. They'll go to Union City on Friday night. It's a pretty good little test for them. And you can see them, David Court's boys, good up front. Great little kids. It's like the yearly factor for Northern Highlands. They just play good, solid, all-around football.
Tucker Canning, see ya, 79-yard touchdown, 25-7. And the Big O, Jack O'Callahan and Drew Vandersnow, 65 yards, 39-13. Hit it, Vin. Passaic Valley, 31-21 over West Milford. So why was I excited about this game? Well, West Milford was undefeated going into the game.
Yeah.
But Dante Benvenuti, one of our players of the week from earlier this year, did it all in this game. The 6'2", 205-pound senior had an interception, blocked 2 kicks, had a field goal, a sack, had 2 catches, had 2 pass completions as a fill-in at quarterback, and 2 touchdown runs, including the game clincher, 77-yarder in the fourth quarter. Okay, Vin, you're just going to bring us back on camera, I guess, every time, right? Here we go. Weequahic against Immaculata. We talked about Immaculata's Desir Spiller all year. Was having a sick year. Ran for almost 700 yards in 3 games. In this game, the dudes from Newark held him to just 62 yards on 22 carries. This was a good football game. It was 20-13 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Hit it, Vin, until Troy Greer for Weequahic takes his kickoff.
Say it, Mike.
From his own 5-yard line.
Say it, Mike.
See ya.
Greer has the gear. That's what I want you to say.
95-yard kickoff return.
Oh,
and he got blocking, he's got speed, he's got skills, and he's got himself a tie ball game. Now it looks like this game's over for Immaculata. Late 8 minutes left. The field goal to take the lead. It's blocked by Javian McKnight and Mackay Armour. Look at this athlete. 99 yards. That looks like a college football player in the SEC as they win it, handing Immaculata their first loss.
Don't take the under when Armour's in the game.
Oh my
See
God.
what I did there?
Yeah, oh, my God. All right.
That pretty much set up the theme of the NFL weekend with blocked field goals.
Oh, I thought about that. That's a good job by you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Once in a while I hit
This Mount Olive-Chatham game was bizarre, okay? So I'm going to look at big scores, and I want to see if sportsmanship was involved and everything. Was this 54-6, and they had starters in the game? This game was tied at 28 at the end of the third quarter.
Yes.
26 unanswered. The game was unbelievable.
Great
Mount
math.
Olive was up 21-0. Then it was tied at 21, and then they go on that run in the fourth quarter. Hit it, Vin. Tied at 28. Malcolm Gilliard goes 55 yards, and Mount Olive would have the lead for good at 35-28. Moments later, they put it away. Chatham trying to get it going deep in their own territory. Tommy Cannon steps in front, 32 yards the other way. The route was on as Mount Olive stays perfect, 54-28.
That's crazy. Tied at 28, you win by 4 touchdowns?
No doubt. You know what shocked me? All of a sudden, we kind of jump on the bandwagon. We're bandwagon jumpers, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
We jumped on the Westwood bandwagon a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And then Caldwell, who's been in 2 games that they lost, very competitive games. They win this game, handing Westwood their first loss. The Chiefs get their first win, 17-14 in overtime. The Chiefs' defense forces the turnover in overtime, and Matt Murtaugh, 42-yard field goal in overtime, wins it for Caldwell. Wes Morris, we don't have these. I just want to talk about him a little bit.
Yeah.
No, we do have Wes Morris. Put it up there, Vin.
Yeah, they look like
Deacon
Michigan.
Train. Yeah. The sophomore running back. 19 carries, 130 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5'8", 180. Has had a really good year for Coach Kevin Hennelly. They're going to go to Randolph on Friday night. They're going to win that game. But Crane, his 3-yarder with 4:39 left, that's going to give him the game winner. So Crane, good-looking sophomore right there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a subtle pick you gave there, too. You kind of snuck
I made
it
a
in.
pick. You know
You're
what?
going to go to Randolph and beat the Rams.
If I'm not mistaken, Michael Burton went to Wes Morris. Didn't Michael Burton? Then Michael Burton, he went to Wes Morris. Yeah. And I watched Wes Morris in the state final at MetLife, or at Giant Stadium. I don't know if it was still MetLife or Giant Stadium. And I called Rutgers, and I said, this kid Michael Burton, You got to offer him a scholarship. He's incredible. Well, no, we got him a preferred walk-on. Okay, yeah, Michael Burton. I'm not saying that frames Michael Burton, but that's what a good-looking football player as a sophomore looks like. Very, very impressive. Roxbury, Montville. Fun game, back and forth. Looked like Montville was going to win it. Hit it, Vin. 124 left. And they don't win it because junior defensive back Clayton Lieberworth.
It's like he's got the receiver later. Woo! Stepped in front, young man.
Really good. So that seals it. They win it by 2. That was a fun game. They went back and forth throughout. Mountain Lakes, they almost got clipped by winless Lenape Valley. They scored the game winner with 15 seconds left. It was Massimo Corvelli. He had 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. How about Hoboken? Hoboken goes to 4-0 for the first time in 15 years.
Wow.
Their first shutout in 5 years against Poly Prep from Brooklyn. 25-0 quarterback Isaiah Banks, 9 of 11, 173-1, ran for 46 yards and 2 scores. This is not Hoboken of Eddie Stinson and back in the day, but this is good.
It's a great
because
start.
Our careers were built on schools like Hoboken, so this is really, really good to see. Piscataway, this game surprised me a little bit. Good job by Vivino.
Talking about building your career.
Oh, my God, Danny Higgins at Piscataway. I mean, think about the...
Malcolm Jenkins and the boys.
Oh, Chuck Johnson. I mean, back in the day, this would be Chuck Johnson against Danny Higgins. Danny Higgins, one of the great coaches. A great job by Vivino putting this game together. I love this crossover game.
You remember the first time you saw Anthony Davis? AD.
Yeah, no, he was something.
Just amazing.
Yeah, Piscataway is the only team in the history of high school football that had 3 first-round draft picks in back-to-back drafts. They had 2 one year, 1 the next. It's never happened ever again for a high school football program in America. How about that, Danny Higgins, guys? They win it 16-8. Ridgewood led by 1 at the half, shut out in the second half, only 186 yards of total offense. All right, Jim, no one will ever say that you could have gotten into the Ivy League, but we're going to get into the Ivy League right now. Pop it up there, Vin. Belleville goes to 3-0. They hand Demarest their first loss of the year. I just love this Ivy League stuff. We're going to do the Ivy League championship. 3-0, first time since 2019. Hit it, Vin. How'd they do it? Fourth quarter, tied at 20, right? Belleville's got this thing. Shane Sharp, 70-yard interception return. Belleville, the hay's in the barn at 27-20.
Super Shane when you make a play like that.
Well, hold on. Last play of the game, Joey Young, 2-yard
pop pass
to DeJohn Joseph, 27-26. They go for 2 in the win. I love it. Belleville loves it more. Caught the ball out of the back of the end zone.
So
Belleville, 3-0, 27-26.
So close.
So
you only need 1 foot in high school football. Just couldn't get that little toe tap on his way out the door.
All right, get these Wayne Hill kids ready. We're going to show what they do. All right, who was on the call this week? Okay, so Cantilli was on the call, right? And who else? Stone. Okay, get up here close. We're going to show the highlights, then you're going to jump in. Give me that Wayne Hills going to 4-0, 49-0 over Patterson Kennedy, Mike Cantilli, and Brandon Stone on the call. Hit it, Vin.
Back to receive is Van Hook and Saharski, and the punt is pretty good, and Van Hook drops the ball, but picks it right back up, and he's got some room on the sideline. Van Hook is inside the 20, reversing field, he's inside the 10, Van Hook touchdown! What a play by David Van Hook! So here is Fitzsimmons now. He is going to take the handoff, play action. He's under pressure. He's just going to throw it up for D'Argenio. And what a play! And D'Argenio's into the end zone for a touchdown. That was a rainbow pass that almost could have been intercepted if a better defense.
I say it all the time. Find me a better high school produced games with announcers and replays than Wayne Hills. We ask you every week. And that's why they're here. They've answered the call. How about Cantilli? Who does he look like? Who does he look like? Does he remind you of anybody? He's got a little Matt Sims in him.
Matt Sims. Okay, good.
He definitely has. How you doing, Mike? The junior. You're the old man here, right?
I am.
Yeah?
It's like a law firm.
What'd you bring your own
Cantilli,
sound
Stone,
effects?
and
Bring
Gaddis.
your own sound effects?
My own sound effects?
I mean, my God, you come on, the train's coming by.
Yeah. Did you guys take the train here?
Should have.
Where's Brandon Stone? There he is. My man.
Right here.
My man. What a great TV name. Brandon Stone on the call.
I mean, look. How about the hair on these guys? These guys are fantastic.
Look at Owen Gaddis. Look at that guy, man. You're a freshman.
Yeah.
What's it like working with these guys?
It's awesome.
They treat you well?
Not Brandon.
Oh, really? Oh, that's tough, huh?
That's not true.
You're tough, huh?
What did I ever do to you, Owen?
Yeah, I like the way. So Friday night, you guys are in Wayne for Caldwell coming up. Has the pre-production already started?
Yeah, there's stuff that we do before, we look at the rosters. We do like pregame stuff, so we talk about like last week, we talk about, key players for the game coming up. So yeah, we look at that stuff and we go from there. I mean, it's a lot of improv.
When do we meet Coach Demikoff? Do we meet him during the week at some point?
No, not at all.
What? Is that true?
Yeah, we don't meet with the coaches at all during the week.
Because he doesn't say he has time for you?
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty busy myself. I do sport and a bunch of clubs.
All right, okay,
so he would be available, because we'll tell him right now that he needs to be available.
Yeah, 30 minutes. We need 30
Mike,
minutes.
you want to meet with him every week before the games?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, Coach, here's the deal, okay? These guys are incredible, Coach Demikoff. You find time for them, 20 minutes before every game, sometime during the week that works for you, all right? Because they put as much effort into it as your guys do on the football field, all right? So if they're going to give you guys memories of a lifetime, Coach, meet with them.
What's that great pizzeria around the corner? Positano or something?
Positano's.
Yes. So take them over there.
No, they don't have an account. They don't have an expense account.
Mr. Hoogstraat has it in the budget. You guys, sometimes you got to take the coach out.
Does the football team still go to Outback Steakhouse after wins?
Yeah, I believe so.
Do they invite you guys?
No, we're not invited.
Why? Because you're cleaning up after the game?
I mean, yeah, we do typically clean up for 20 to 30 minutes after the game.
All right.
So the foundation of TV work, and I know because I know Mr. Hoogstraat for 30 years, is passion. You know what I mean? You have to have a passion for this.
Jimmy.
And there's Hoogie, and it's like, does Mr. Hoogstraat, do you feel his passion coming through as the days build to Friday night's telecast?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Go ahead. Who's first?
Let Owen
Tilly
go first,
Stone.
since he gets beaten up.
Go ahead, Gaddis.
Yeah, go Owen.
Start us out, freshman.
I definitely see it every single time. He puts in so much effort and dedication to really get the show going and kind of like just bring it all together. So it's really impressive by him. He does a great job.
Yeah, but there's also those moments, Stone, you'll tell me, where things go sideways. See, the one thing we love about TV is, you can have these fancy rundowns that Mike Quick makes and everything, but it's live. It's live. Yeah. And it's, for the most part, it's unscripted. So things go sideways at times. And I've seen Mr. Hoogstraat with his game face on, buzzing around, running. I mean, Stone, in those moments, it brings out the best in your teacher, but he's also teaching you that no matter what, you keep pushing forward, the show must go on, and let's go.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Mr. Hoogstraat has been a great teacher to me in helping me announce and just helping me become a better person in general. And he helps cultivate my passion for announcing. And I think he will help me in my future to a high degree.
It is kind of crazy.
Look at him working the cameras.
Yeah.
Too.
It is.
Wow.
It is kind of crazy, Kid Tilly, though, when things get a little, start going wrong, and you just got to maintain your poise, right, and get the train back on the tracks. And then when you're really cooking, okay, this is where you love this business.
Yeah.
When the team is making plays and there's touchdowns and there's hero shots and the calls are great. I mean, take us through kind of those moments on the Wayne Hills broadcast.
I mean, those moments are just fantastic because they're just so fun to call. It's just a lot of fun to witness a big moment and be the one to relaying those moments to the people at home. But it's a lot of fun to announce close games like the one against West Essex that Wayne Hills had in overtime.
You guys were great on that call.
Yeah, that was a really fun one to announce.
Really good. You guys were great.
The Kennedy game that we beat Kennedy 49-0, not so much, but it's a lot of fun to call the close.
You
games.
have great nonverbal skills in your face when you speak. You really do. So I'm going to ask each of you guys a question. It's a yes or no. Do you say we during the broadcast?
No.
Do you say we during the broadcast?
I try to keep it third person, but sometimes some first person pronouns slip in.
Do you say we?
I don't think I do. I don't know.
That's great, guys. That's really good. You guys could go to another school, do two teams, and the quality would be incredible. You're not homers. It's great. All right, you're young. You're in the middle. You're old now.
Yeah.
All right, I can tell, and I didn't ask you this when I met you. You want to do this for real, for life, right?
I mean, yeah, it's something I definitely want to try to pursue in college. Announce college games. It'd definitely be something that I'd be interested in pursuing.
Have you started looking at schools with good communications departments?
I've just started.
Okay.
I haven't really looked into the communications department that much so far of those schools yet, but it's definitely something that I'm going to keep in mind, like wherever I'm going.
You guys carry yourselves great. I mean, you don't seem like freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. You really don't. And on the air, you sound like you're college kids already. No, I'm not kidding. Like, I get really excited. The first meeting I had with these guys, I said, I want high school kids that are calling games to be on this show. You've exceeded it. Like, you've set a standard that, and I challenge any high school out there, I said it last week, be better than these guys. Be better.
Great stuff.
I don't think anybody can be better than you.
I hope the players once in a while give you a little fist pump in the hallway because they've seen it. I'm sure they've seen some of your guys work.
Oh yeah, I have friends on the team who come up to me and like tell me about the game, and they like poke fun of me and stuff. Sometimes it's good.
You doing any nicknames for the boys?
Nicknames?
Yes.
Listen, I don't right now. But
you got it.
All right,
you got
so
it.
when you guys did that thing about the elementary schools they go to, what's the kid's name?
Vasilopoulos.
Ooh, nice job.
Say it again.
Vasilopoulos.
Say that name.
Vasilopoulos.
Say that name.
Vasilopoulos.
Yeah, you live.
That's pretty good, guys.
Yeah. You just go phonetic. When all else fails, just write it down phonetically, man. That's what you do.
Who win? Friday's game is not going to be easy. Caldwell is not a 1-2 team. Who wins? Let the freshmen go.
Hills by 30.
Right. I mean, what did you expect them to say here?
No, go ahead.
I mean, I think Caldwell definitely has a strong team, but I think the combination of Wayne Hill's explosive offense combined with a stingy defense, especially their defensive line and pass rush, will make this a win for Hills, maybe by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Okay, I mean, I think it's going to be a really fun game. I think Caldwell has a great defense, and when you're going up a team with a team like Wayne Hill's offense, their offense has been tremendous, and I think it's just gonna be a really fun game to call. And I gotta go with my boys in maroon though.
See Cantilli, the elder statesman, right there. And finally, then the week after that will be the Battle of Wayne. What's the amped up meter for you guys from a production standpoint? Is it different? You're the junior, Cantilli. In the years that you've done Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley, it's a little different, that game, correct?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a little different because not only do you have the Wayne Hills parents and players watching the game, after the game, but you also have the Valley parents, and they're tuning in to watch the game. So it's always very special because how much that game means to both schools.
Nice.
All right,
great boys.
Go prepare. All right, you guys are really good. You're really good.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
If you have good fans, tell them to watch this commercial.
And look at this shirt right here, 10-time state. You put that shirt on. Take Demikov out for lunch. Of course.
So you think you have the best fans? Then prove it. This season, the FSC will highlight the best fans in student sections. And at season's end, we'll select the best fans of this football season. But you can't win it if you ain't in it. So send your photos and videos to admin@superfootballnetwork.com. SFC Fan Base of the Week is presented by Apple Green. Enjoy your journey.
Bergen Catholic is an all-boys Catholic high school located in Oradell, New Jersey. Learn about the Bergen Catholic difference at our upcoming open house on Wednesday, October 8th at 6:30 p.m. Here our students, parents, coaches, and administrative team describe our commitment to academic excellence, top-rated college placements, and our crusade to help young men become the best version of themselves. As a school community, Bergen Catholic celebrates our faith, underscores what it means to be a gentleman, and explores ways to lead in an ever-changing world. At Bergen Catholic, we are Catholic, gentlemen, and leaders. A few spots remain for our next open house. Register today at bergencatholic.org.
As a coach or a group leader, it's tough to focus on your team when you're focused on everything but your team. Which is why Snap Mobile One brings all the management tools you need together in one app. Maximize your fundraising potential using SnapRaise, the #1 online fundraising platform with guaranteed results. Chat directly with staff, students, or parents for quick updates and seamless communication. Easily manage team rosters, update schedules, and keep your community informed. You can even set up a custom fan store for year-round revenue and community engagement. Snap Mobile One streamlines athletics and activities management so you can focus on what you do best. Take back your time. One app, every need.
When the game is on the line, you need a team with no strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
You're going to snap into me. You ready? 3, 2, go.
Wasn't my fault.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
you know, like try to do something real special with all the kids at the end of the walk, and this is like the first time we ever had a center on. So like, you guys,
Luke Gerbo, he was very good.
But we work off the cuff, you know what I mean? So like, I get to the last minute, I'm like,
snap.
it came back fast, quick.
Yeah.
It came back fast.
Problem is, you can't redo the segment because you
cannot.
have to walk 100 yards.
Perfect. Oh, jeez. Thank you so much.
Flew
Wait, hold on. I have to
flew
introduce
the
myself.
there.
I have to introduce myself. Darren Cooper, St. Margaret Mary Elementary School, Slidell, Louisiana.
That was really good,
Isn't that fun?
wasn't it?
That's amazing. I saw that clip too.
They had the same vibe as Sunday Night Football.
Fantastic. Yes, they had the cadence just right.
It was so good.
Boy, if I was that age, I would be them. You know what I mean? I would be them.
Coop, when I read when you write things, I know what you're thinking.
Okay.
And when I read the recap of Ramapo Old Japan,
and Dunn said, I thought he was going to score.
Well, that was great.
Oh, it was amazing. It was the first words he said.
Here's the question I have for you.
I'm ready.
Was Yes's foot in bounds?
No.
Okay, so I thought you thought it was by the way you wrote it.
Originally, I did.
Okay.
And then what really got me, and I'm sure y'all could do it a replay, the last play of the game, none of us maybe saw it. Maybe y'all did. But Grusher flips the ball.
I thought that ball was
he
in
gets
play.
rid of the ball. So I'm watching the replay after the game, and I'm like, where'd the ball go? Because at one point, some of the Rambo kids are like, touchdown.
Did he? Vin, can you play that? Vin,
if you slow it
can
down.
You play the highlight, the first clip of the show?
Train by train.
Just the first clip. And slow it down as he's about to get tackled. Slow it down on live TV. All right? So watch here. Okay, kill your audio. Slow it down. Slow it down. Good. So he's got the ball. The ball is going backwards.
Nah, he's down. Looks like that right knee hits.
Take it back, Vin. A little bit. Right? Hold on. Go forward. Go forward. This is good. Knee is... He's still up in the air. Elbow's down. The knees weren't down. The elbow was down.
My video was really, really close, and I wasn't so sure that he didn't put the ball. But
where did the ball go?
Okay, that's just it.
The ball went
if you
forward,
remember,
right?
There's a flag on the play. We always trash. We always say bad things when the refs do a bad job. You know what they call? They called illegal forward pass. He's past the line of scrimmage because the ball goes forward. But then it goes back to Edder's tackle is so form perfect.
Yeah.
You know, boom, helmet in the hip, that he lightly pushes Grusher kind of sideways, and so the ball follows that trajectory. But the presence of mind for Grusher to think, I'm going down, I'm not getting the end zone,
it's fourth down.
I got nothing to lose, I throw the ball.
Did you think, like Coach Dunn, that he was scoring?
I was kind of in the far, I couldn't really tell, but I did. Casey's really quick. I mean, Casey's got great straight line speed, and the play lasted so long, you knew that the Old Japan defense had kind of spread out. So I thought he did have a chance at first, and I didn't say 2 touchdowns. I predicted Ramapo would win on a late score. So part of me was like, maybe it'll work out my way.
I like the way you framed this game up as the biggest game in North Jersey up to this point, knowing you had Bosco.
Yeah, but you want to know something? They were a good football team, right? And we're going to talk a lot about but good football is good football.
And I was surprised, though, and I love that you wrote it. Why were there only 1,500 people at that game? I'm obsessed with that number.
I asked, it's so funny you asked that question. I'm in the parking lot. Secret of the business, though. I asked the home ADs, tell me how big the crowd was. I'm in the parking lot, writing my story. It's dark. Lorenzo Barada comes up. He's like, somebody left something out on the field. I'm like, Lorenzo, wait. What'd you have the crowd at tonight? And he was like, over 1,500, somewhere in 1,500, 2,000. Old Japan is so good at everything, Mike, that I almost feel like the football program doesn't draw everybody in town because they're good in basketball and soccer. They're good in everything.
There's something special, though, about a football win in a big spot at any level when you never lead in the game until literally the famous final scene. I mean, and they never led in this game. Listen, they're a championship program. They're the defending champs. That was a really good character win for them.
I love, we've talked about Brian Dunn on here before. He's so good at his preparation. Didn't you feel like the first half, they kind of felt each other out, and then the second half was like, well, wait, Maselli can run and Grusher can run too. It was like, now we're going to give you both barrels and see what happens.
Were they that decimated on the offensive line?
Lost three
I know, that was amazing, isn't it? That
How does he do that?
They're just prepared. They're just so well prepared.
Wow.
And then I asked the kids those special things. I'm like, yeah, but they're all playing Rampo and they're crazy offense. Like, what was preparation like? Blocking, tackling, taking care of the football. Oh. And I asked Shane, Leo, what was preparation? Blocking, tackling, taking care of the football. So, and Dunn said something I thought really, in a big game. Got any big games coming up this week? Where can you watch that big game this week, Mike? Where can you watch that big game? Stick with the fundamentals and let the rest take care of it.
You're doing this a long time, though. I mean, that combination, 4 touchdowns, and as the game wore on, the theme was these two guys. And if you talk to Coach Dunn, he says, these guys kind of grew up together, hanging out together, slinging around together. What a night of chemistry between Shane and Zach.
Right. I noticed, I forget if maybe it was the last touchdown. Small, just knew where to go. Like you read his quarterback who was scrambling. I'm going to mirror him. All right, I'm going to mirror, and he just waited till he found a spot in between Rampo defenders, and Maselli put the ball right on.
What level, Coop, will Small play at? Just a junior? He's a 1AA? Can he backdoor a low Division I?
No, he's a D1. He's a D1 kid.
He looks like a body.
He's Charlie Wingfield. Wake Forest. You know what I mean? That's who he is.
He's not as big as Charlie, though, right?
No, but he's still
not as big as his brother either.
He's not as big. Jack is a big man. Jack's a big man.
All right, Coop, let's see if you agree with this. So Tommy had the Super Football Conference coaches put together a poll this week. Vin, Taxi Squad poll. So of these, which one of these gets off the taxi squad? That's a nice graphic, Vin. I like the SFC on the taxis. Which one gets off and eventually gets into the top 11?
Peter Grove.
I agree. Peter Grove. Yep, I agree. All right, Vin. 11 through 6. Here we go. Passaic Tech. Number 10. Wayne Hills. This Caldwell game is going to be tougher than our buddies think. You agree?
Absolutely, yes. But I'm already looking at number 9. My own poll, my own thought, like Wayne Valley might be the 5th or 4th best team in the conference. They really might be when all is said and done.
Okay.
It's all right there for them.
Number 8.
It's all right there for them.
West Orange. Number 7. Shabazz. Shabaz's only loss is to St. Peter, so they still get points for that, right? Yeah, crazy. And number Shabazz I don't know why I'm so into Caldwell all of a sudden. And West Morris, we saw you. They hung on.
Top 5
to win this week. All right, top 5. Here we go, buddy. Mount Olive, wild game this weekend. They win it 54-28, all those points. They have Wayne Valley and West Morris. Ain't going to be easy. Be careful for an Olive pick. At number 4, East Orange.
Haven't been scored on yet.
Wow. And they're going to run the regular season.
They're going to win next
their schedule is nothing. At number 3, Ramapo. Okay. So what they did, all right. There's nothing good about a loss, but we're not going to.
Tells me Highlands and Old Japan are sneaking up on this ball.
At number 2.
You're new here, Jimmy?
I haven't seen this either.
Northern Highlands at 2. And Old Japan at number 1.
Oh, a little bigger too.
And they get to play each other. I know when I was doing my own ranking, I thought to myself, I'm gonna move around Rampo and Highland and because they're all gonna play each other. So we're gonna find out. What'll probably happen is they'll all beat each other once. It'll be a huge mess, and the rankings will be
on the 3rd. Old Japan is at Northern Highlands. On the 17th, they're home to Wayne Hill. I'm going back to this Caldwell thing. If Wayne Hills handles Caldwell easily this weekend, that Old Japan Wayne Hills game on the 17th is going to be good. Okay, settling in. I was watching the Giants game on Sunday Night Football because I saw the NBC crew there. Got bored with the Giants game, but I definitely hung in for this mid-second quarter. Vin, hit it.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Best Buy. Imagine that. By the Farmer's Dog, real food made fresh, delivered. By Liberty Mutual Insurance, only pay for what you need. And by One Battle After Another, only in theaters this Friday. Well, high school football from yesterday, Bergen Catholic, perennial power in New Jersey, beat Pope John 35-0. Bergen Catholic and Don Bosco, number 1, number 3 high schools in Jersey. Big meeting coming up this weekend.
Great job by Mike Tirico. He totally understands it. Grew up in Queens, New York. Knows how important the high school football landscape is around here. I thought maybe he'd say Bergen Catholic had won 4 consecutives on that field.
Yeah.
But I like the fact he went Bergen Bosco, big game coming. Great job by Tirico.
Very cool. Yes.
You know.
Where can you watch that game this week, though, Mike? Where can you watch that game?
I watched that at home, and I gave up after the half. It's just so.
The game. Where are we watching Bosco Bergen?
Where are we watching it?
Yeah.
From the sideline. Yeah, from the sideline.
Does this ever, Mets, Yankees, interleague play, on a rare occasion, Jets play Giants, rivalry. Do you ever feel like, wow, they play generally twice in the same season, but to me, it just never gets old. I think I'm going to be used to it, and then when I get to this week, you're just looking forward to it.
The only fly in the ointment is that they might play again in 8-10 weeks, and then who really cares who won this game? The next game will be bigger.
So true.
But I think we got this situation now. It's the first time they both undefeated since 2010.
Pop that up, Vin.
First time they both undefeated since 2010. I went down the rabbit hole, guys, and looked up the starting quarterbacks of the last 25 years to find out when the last time it was sophomore versus sophomore. So, Quick already knows the answer. Who's the last Bosco sophomore to start this game?
Simpson's definitely sophomore.
Yeah. And who's the last Bergen Catholic sophomore to start this game? It is a good one. You'll know the name when you hear it, but it's a good one. Rob Eckroat.
Yeah. And you think about it. You go through so Levy, no. Teal, believe it or not, no. Sims, yes. Knief, no. Gary Nova, no. Yankovic, no. Newtile, no. Wes McCoy, no. Nick Caruso, Tommy DeVito, none of these guys ever started 3 years. That's why you don't go to Don Bosco if you're a quarterback. It's a short stint.
What I find so interesting is the game. It's gotten bigger. It's gotten bigger.
I was thinking about this today, and come back to us here, Vin. I was thinking about rivalry. If you look up rivalry, the definition, competition for the same objective, superiority in the same field, and we know, great rivalries. We speak about Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley. You can talk about neighborhood battles, the league title, the state title. But to me, the thing that differentiates this one is this game is kind of a brand. It's kind of a brand in and of itself.
It's become one. Yeah. You're right. It's kind of become synonymous with all of high school football nationally. Yeah. It blows my mind that, you could go out to California and Bergen Bosco, right? They've got some awareness of it. I think it's a byproduct of all the travel they've done in the last 20 years. It's a byproduct of the players that have gone on to big colleges and just, hey, guys like us.
Coop, I'm going to tell you what's a big part of Bergen Bosco was when we did the Crusade. Yeah. It was a huge part of Bergen Bosco.
Yeah, and that was the
23 years ago.
2002 season. Yeah. And it's amazing because people sometimes forget that with all the national profile that Don Bosco had, once Teal and Toll graduated, then the sort of national tour began. Bergen Catholic was had the national identity before anybody, because in the 90s, when Fred Stengel was winning 7 titles in 10 years, they were in that USA Today poll. Sure. It was like Bergen Catholic, and that was the first taste of sort of national prominence.
Lecchio went to Notre Dame. That was the big thing I remember. Yep. Wow, quarterback from Notre Dame plays for Bergen Catholic.
The Crusade is so timeless. and I don't know if people know them. Mike Quick is a filmmaker. To me, that's a film. I mean, it's a documentary, but you made that film. You wrote it, produced
Fred Stengel made that
lived
film.
it, and Fred Stengel
made that film.
You couldn't have. Fred Stengel in The Crusade seemed like an actor playing the role of Fred Stengel, but it was really Fred Stengel.
It was.
You know what I mean? But that was an amazing journey because, like, this juxtaposition, they had won the title in 2001. The script flipped, and like then all of a sudden, Bosco became the national power, the New Jersey power. Sims gets over the hump after losing as a sophomore and as a junior. He wins as a senior in 06. They win the next 5 to go 6 in a row. Then we spoke about this. We had the timeline where 5 different teams. But now all of a sudden, you get to 2025, and it's Bergen Catholic that has the stranglehold in this 4 in a row. And I'm saying to you, Mike, the same things I just say to you about Don Bosco. They've now won 30 games in a row against New Jersey opponents. And, like, is the end in sight? Who's going to be the next Jersey team to knock them off?
I call it a pendulum game. The pendulum is totally on Bergen Catholic, but we all know it's going to swing back to somebody, but we don't know when. You don't know when. Is it Friday night?
The script writers like you, Coop, with Joe Shane making a change at quarterback, if his son ever beat Bergen Catholic, what a story that is on this week. So makes a change, and now there's a changing in the guard in the regular season because one sophomore quarterback outduels a sophomore quarterback who I'll just keep saying is going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever watched play in this area.
I think there's a bunch of possible storylines we'll get out of Friday night. One of the ones I'm most looking for is, even if they lose, does Bosco walk off the field thinking, we're this close? We're this close, man. And now we're going to go on a wrecking tour to make sure we see these guys again at MetLife, and we're finally going to take it to them. That's what I'm looking. That's what I can see as a story.
I'm just going to tell you this right now. No matter what happens, Bosco better be careful the following Friday night because they played DePaul at DePaul, and that's
terrible.
A trap game.
It is a total trap game.
Win or lose, that is a very difficult game for Don Bosco mentally to turn around and play. It's very difficult game.
I know you thrive on weeks like this because you have so many great columns. I thought the Ron Carty column was tremendous. The Consigliere, and just everything he stands for the program. I really loved the sort of Carson Shane and Walker Snee. And you dropped a great picture of these two guys on the Franklin Lakes War Eagles playing again. This, by the way, this is not 6 years ago. This is last year or 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Both the winning that Super Bowl and just it's kind of cool, man. I mean, like, these kids grow up so fast. And I mean, Shane, when you think about Shane. I met with Danny Sabella today, and you think about Shane, being that sophomore and sitting in that locker room in Texas, and the coach comes up to him and says, hey, you're in there to start the second half. And what Dan Sabella said is, the look at his eye, I knew I was making the right decision then and there. And, the Carson Shane story, that's it. That's chapter 1 right there.
It's going to be amazing to see. I can't wait to see how it's going to play out. I've got 3 keys.
Go for it. I love it.
Special teams.
Okay.
Who's going to make a play on special teams?
Okay.
We both know there's tricks in the playbook.
Yep.
We've seen Bergen have success blocking the kick against East St. Louis.
Yep.
Bosco ran back the punt the other day.
But you want to know something?
Hit me.
Very interesting. So when I was with Coach the other day, that was a quick kick by
St. Anthony.
Because
Allen's not really the guy who runs back
who
kick.
you did the 100-yard walk with today. Because I said on the show 2 weeks ago, I was like, oh, Coach Sabella and his staff must be upset.
The linebacker at running back
5. He wasn't the punt returner.
No.
Yeah, I said to Coach, you may want to put him back there. He looked pretty natural.
So
go ahead.
I got special teams. The fact, I think we all still agree that neither team maybe has the greatest running game yet. They haven't shown it against any. So I think both teams come out throwing the ball. I really do. I think both teams come out throwing the ball. So
I think the team that runs it better is going to win.
Who can pressure the quarterback, though? Who can pressure the quarterback? And my third thing is Bosco has to survive early and Bergen has to survive late. Meaning, I think that Bergen's going to show up and we keep beating you guys. Just roll over. We're going to pound you. We want to get up early. We want to score, and they want Bosco thinking negatively right out the gate. And then think the tide might turn, and then Bergen's then hanging on here on the ropes. Like, all right, let's hold them up.
What are you making your prediction?
I say it's 14. I don't think we're going to get a lot of points. I think both defenses are way too good.
Listen,
so 14-7, 17-14.
Wow, that's really wrong.
I really don't think anybody's going to
the last time they played, people were, it was 9-7 going into the fourth quarter. It was a 16-0 run by Bergen in the state championship. I got one great little. You love the tidbits. You love the stories. My great assistant AD Jimmy Avatabli told me a great one today. In the summer of 1993, June of 1993, on the field at Paramus Catholic, was two college-bound quarterbacks throwing together, working out together for the entire summer. It was Dan Sabella, who had just graduated Bogota High School and was going on to Temple, and it was Vito Campanelli, who had just graduated Paramus Catholic and was going on to UMass. And they went to they had kind of, met at the Greg Toll passing camp, at Riverdale High School, and then worked out that whole summer together. Here they are, 33 years later. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just like one of those football relationship stories. We saw that picture of the two guys, and there they were in '93 as high school guys off to college working out together.
Well, as Jimmy said, Coop, the stories have been phenomenal. What's the story for tomorrow? What big story you have coming out tomorrow?
It's my teaser of the game, which I just gave away, and then it's my.
We got a scoop,
and it's my pick. It's my pick. My pick is really long, and I talk a lot about if you're new here, why is this such a big deal? If you're you're like because our high school football audience is always changing. There's new kids coming in. So hey, what's the big fuss about Bergen Bosco? So a little bit about hey, why is this a big deal? This is why it's a big deal.
That's right. All right, buddy. Well, we will see you in less than 48 hours.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Who's your who are you talking to at halftime?
I was thinking about bringing up the Ramapo Center and learn how to snap. We'll be back. Player, coach, and team of the week after this.
Please don't show that clip again.
Prosperity is achieved one step at a time, with each success building on the last, transforming your money into something extraordinary. Whatever your goals, the team at Kearney Bank can help them take shape with products and services that help you master your money. Your first car, college tuition, a new home, even retirement. Let's make your dreams a reality together at Kearney Bank. See how today at kearneybank.com.
Sport performance is a team effort. As former athletes and now psychotherapists, we want to help athletes train their minds with the same commitment that they train their bodies.
Through team workshops or one-on-one sessions, we will help athletes and teams develop skills like confidence, focus, and visualization.
We will help them learn to bounce back from mistakes,
manage nerves, and think clearly under pressure.
At the Lucan Center Sports Performance Program, we help support athletes and their support systems work at their best.
Book an appointment today to see how you can train your mind and elevate your game.
When the game is on the line, you need a team who knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving, stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Welcome back. Let's put a topper on it. Then honorable mention player of the week. Pop it up there for us. It's Ethan Everett. Little music from Morris Catholic. What a game he had in the 1-point victory over Mahwah. You see the passing yards. You see the rushing yards. This is how it sounded.
Just like he has this season. And that'll be a handoff that Everett just takes himself instead. He finds space to the sideline and he scampers in. Everett looking to the right. Has to throw quickly. He does. To the end zone, and it's caught. Everett does just that. Run up the middle, and he's got more than a first down. Everett's still going. Breaking free. House call. Touchdown.
Morris Catholic always has good quarterbacks.
The double E Express, baby.
Really
Ethan
do.
Everett. Nice job,
Right,
Ethan.
that was the runner-up. Here's the player of the week. Pop it up, Vin. Braden Longo, Mount Olive. We told you about that wild game. 13 carries, 94 yards. Vin, can you get that off the screen? Wrong highlights, Vin. All right, go ahead, Vin. Play it. Go ahead, Vin. Play it. So here he is. Off he goes. This game was wild. We talked about it earlier. Big long touchdown run, 13 carries, 94 yards. That's it.
Like a Bergen Catholic lookalike.
I thought for a second it was Bergen Catholic. All right, Coach of the Week, Vin, pop it up. We talked about this earlier. Todd Romano. Listen, he came in. He was the longtime assistant there. His first year, 4 years ago, he went undefeated, won a regional title, and then they got off the schneid this week. They're a good football team. And Romano and his
your team
year,
now, all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's so funny because I love competition, and even though they lost, competitive in every loss. This overtime win against Westwood, a good football team,
really good.
So that's as we said,
congrats,
they
Coach.
go to Wayne Hills on Friday night. That is the type of game where you say, okay, key game 1 and 2 at 4-0. Yeah, no, that's a big game.
And Todd Romano will be playing the Wayne Hills Kids prediction in the locker room.
Yeah, right. 30, and we got it.
4 touchdowns.
Cantilli was good, though. He's like, yeah, no, it's going to be a good game.
He's like, whoa, juniors.
Team of the week, no surprise. Old Japan.
Man, not bad, Coach Dunn for a girls basketball coach, huh? Again, Mike, just an entertaining game, and you just love games like this because the money changed hands late, and that's just what great cohesive high school football is about, playing all 48 minutes, and that game literally took all 48 minutes to be decided.
And you look at that picture, it's amazing what Coach Dunn and his staff do because there's not a lot of kids on that team. Yeah, that's the varsity football team. There are not a lot of kids. So congratulations to the Golden Knights.
A few the crowd.
A thriller, 28-24.
Is that really the whole team? Did we crop that? Come on, Mike.
That's the whole team. That's the whole team. All right, games this weekend. Pop it up, man. That's Passaic Tech. Okay, they switched into that game at Ridgewood
Passaic County
Friday
Technical
night.
Institute.
But we're going to have the records on here. Bergen Catholic at Bosco, Seton Hall Prep at Del Barton, and you and I will be calling the St. Joe's, St. Peter's.
Yeah, man. Listen, are we going to go to the Statue of Liberty after the game?
No.
Why? It's right there, Mike.
No.
Can we play around at Liberty? Can you call Rich Hansen Sr. and get us on Liberty National?
I'm going on vacation right after that game. I'm going on vacation now. Let's get out of here.
Oh, that's it. Next week I'm going to be hosting the show?
You are hosting the show.
Can I say that you're on assignment?
I'm on my anniversary with the lovely Jack.
How many years?
Be 8 now.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah. Going down to Delaware, maybe check into my
Congrats to you and Jackie.
Nephew Sean.
Yeah.
So that'll do it. Thanks, you guys. Thanks to Brady's. This place was terrific. John, the owner, great guy. He's a Jets fan. I don't know about that.
Let's go. Friday night, granddaddy of them all. Listen, we mentioned the Crusade on this show. That was nice. And I did. I called you. I think, do you feel like you made a film there? Because that really was not a, to me, it felt more like a film than a documentary.
Yeah, I never thought of it, but everything broke in our favor. And, you can only do if the content doesn't work, the documentary won't work. And if you're there for the ride, we were there for the great ride.
I still say 2 years from now, on the 25-year anniversary, MSG's got to queue it up for Christmas.
You're right.
And we got to see where all the guys are now. Joe Sandberg, where is he now?
Right next to the
Jimmy
Jewel
Trey, where is he now?
Yeah.
Brian Toll, where is he now?
Yeah.
All that stuff. Listen, it was... Listen, it's right there on YouTube, and it does kind of spark the insanity and everything that Bosco Bergen is about, the Crusade.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate it. Thanks to Brady.
Here comes the train. He's taking Mike on vacation.
That's it.
See you next week. Me and the Coop.
All right. You got it. Thanks, guys.
Bergen Catholic is an all-boys Catholic high school located in Oradell, New Jersey. Learn about the Bergen Catholic difference at our upcoming open house on Wednesday, October 8th at 6:30 p.m. Here are students, parents, coaches, and administrative team describe our commitment to academic excellence, top-rated college placements, and our crusade to help young men become the best version of themselves. As a school community, Bergen Catholic celebrates our faith, underscores what it means to be a gentleman, and explores ways to lead in an ever-changing world. At Bergen Catholic, we are Catholic, gentlemen, and leaders.